We created Take on Race as a conference to create a dialogue or discussion among corporate leaders around the specific role that they can play in driving racial equity in America. Our mission is really specific: to define, declare, and demonstrate the specific role that corporate America must play in driving racial equity in the United States.
I know P&G, if you just look at the talk or the look, they're committed. So if they're going to kick something off of this magnitude, we're going to get some momentum. And so I want to be a part of that. I know my CEO wants to be a part of that, and our company is most definitely going to be a part of that.
I see this event really as starting a movement, and a movement that will really be a game changer in the role that corporate America plays in addressing racial equity.
Well, I think that we're in a place now where the public sector government is really struggling to solve many of these issues, the problem of racial equity in the United States. And so it's up to corporations to step up and try to fill in that gap and to play a bigger leadership role in our society.
I always appreciate these opportunities to hear perspectives from other folks. So my intent was to learn, number one, and then number two, where it makes sense or where I have something to offer, to also contribute to the conversation.
I chose to attend the event because the Chamber has a long-running partnership with Procter & Gamble working on issues of inclusion in our community, Cincinnati, and we felt it was important as they took on this national effort to make sure that there's a local aspect to it as well. So we've been partnering with them almost from the beginning and look forward to figuring out how what comes out of Take on Race can be implemented at a regional level as well as at a national level.
I'm on a mission to find out what are the true paradigm shifting things that we as an organization should be doing to really change the dynamic, the conversation, and the outcomes when it comes to doing equity, diversity, and inclusion work.
I hope to take away some practices that we could use in our business. We have a gap that we need to work on. The other thing I was hoping to learn is what we could do to potentially help diffuse some of the hate that's building in the country, because I find it very difficult on a personal level. I just don't like that type of feeling, behavior, and emotion.
Yeah, look, around the world, we often look to America for solutions to some of the biggest problems. And I think that the conversation around race is actually no different. Sure, there are differences in the journey that minorities have faced in Australia, but there's a common bond and a shared experience. And with that in mind, I think that there's a lot we can learn about this type of conversation. This particular conference is quite special. Hearing from P&G this morning about their steps taken, which I would suggest are quite courageous, are something that industry and companies worldwide can learn from.
This particular initiative can help set the stage of leveling the playing field in racial equality by being able to give people opportunities through education, through careers, and through wealth. And when we do that, we begin leveling the playing field, but it has to be based on actions and not potential.
One word is legacy. I think for my generation in particular that benefited from the contributions of Dr. Dorothy Height, Reverend Martin Luther King, all of those civil rights activists who many of them gave their lives and dedicated their lives to ensure that people like me had an opportunity to walk into corporate America.
My word would be responsibility. We have it, now let's move forward and actually take action.
The words that I would use, probably number one, opportunity, because I think corporations as a whole have a huge opportunity to make positive impacts. And then the second word that I would use is responsibility. I think there's a level of responsibility and accountability that we have to embrace in our ability to impact these issues around the country as well.
I would say disruptor is a big one. A little bit of a rebel. I want corporate America, and maybe this is more aspirational, but I want corporate America to really think differently and be bold about the actions that we are willing to take, because corporate America is how we're going to really change the game in this.
I think we have a lot of work to do in racial equity. I have some very close friends that are African Americans that I work with. I have huge respect for them, but as I've gotten to know them better and listened to their journeys, it's far more painful than it needed to be. So what I hope is with the youth of America today that we can get them on the right foot, get them started, and they don't have to pay those pains to advance as they should be able to. All people should be able to advance equally.
This conference is not about the individual effort that individual companies will do, but it's about the effort that we can collectively do. And we want to call upon the laws of synergy as we work together, where the sum of the parts will be greater than the whole.